I woke to motion, a steady hum beneath me. Enclosed, cramped, damp air. Trunk. Not a dream, not a nightmare. Real. Darkness wrapped around my body like a body bag. Every limb throbbed with ache, my arms bound behind me, wrists pulsing against tight cable ties. Muffled voices drifted through the back seat. Muffled, but familiar. Her voice, sweet, measured, cruel. No one will find his body in the river. Laughter, a man's. What a loser, down in one shot, she giggled. He never saw it coming. No, I hadn't. Not the syringe, not the betrayal. I shifted just enough to feel the sharp edge of my watch press against my wrist. My thumb slid across the underside until it found the notch. Click. GPS beacon armed. I didn't scream, didn't cry, didn't panic. They thought I was just a desk jockey, an accountant with weak hands and soft eyes. They forgot one thing. You don't send paper pushers undercover into organized crime. You send ghosts. It started months ago. Quiet, innocent. She came home late more often, said her boss was demanding, that the hospital was understaffed. But her smile stopped reaching her eyes. One night, I noticed her perfume lingered longer than it should have. A cologne I didn't wear clung to her skin like guilt. She turned away when I touched her. Then I saw her phone. A message she didn't mean to leave open. You were amazing last night. You always are. I stared at the screen. She was in the shower, water running, humming. I stood still for 8 minutes. Didn't confront, didn't accuse. I catalogued. 3 days later, I saw him, sheriff, smiling at her in the grocery store like he owned her. She didn't see me watching from the next aisle. I watched her hand brush his chest. I didn't blink. She kissed me that night, eyes closed too long, as if trying to remember what it once felt like to mean it. She didn't notice the wire beneath my shirt. I dug deeper. Subtle, strategic. GPS tags in her car tires. Phone cloning software synced every message to a burner phone. DNA swab from her wine glass sent to a private lab. I watched their rendezvous unfold from a distance. His patrol car parked on the side of rural roads. Her laugh echoing off his windshield. My hands didn't tremble, not once. I documented everything. Audio, video, timestamps. She thought I was staying late at the office. I was learning how she unraveled the life I gave her. A man doesn't break when cheated. He breaks when he realizes he was only ever a placeholder. They weren't careful. That was their mistake. He trusted the badge. She trusted my silence. And I trusted neither. The lab report arrived on a Tuesday. Envelope sealed in manila. 3 words printed in bold. Paternity negative. I stared at it longer than necessary. Her son, not mine. I didn't rage, didn't scream. I went home early that night, cooked her favorite pasta, poured her a glass of that red blend she liked. She laughed during dinner, said I'd been distant, asked if we were okay. I slid the report across the table, didn't speak. She read it, twice. Her hands shook. I took another bite. This isn't, I held up one hand, not to silence her, to remind her that anything she said was already irrelevant. That same night, I activated Phase 2, turned over every file to Internal Affairs, corruption, bribery, illicit affairs on duty, collusion. The sheriff wouldn't survive the inquiry. She wouldn't survive the headlines. Then I packed a bag, left her divorce papers signed and sealed on the kitchen table. But I wasn't done. I knew she'd panic. She'd try to run. So I let her find me unconscious in the garage 2 nights later. Needle planted, pulse faint. She called him. They dragged me to the car, didn't check the watch. When I woke in that trunk, they were laughing. When I heard her whisper, "We'll dump him in the river," I smiled in the dark. The convoy intercepted them 4 miles out. Unmarked vans, bulletproof vests. I heard her scream as they pried the trunk open. He tried to reach for his weapon, didn't make it. She dropped to her knees, begging, crying. I stepped out of the trunk, straightened my shirt, walked past her without a word. They'll both serve time, separate prisons, separate hells. The child will never know the man who thought he was his father. And maybe that's mercy. I returned to a quieter life, burned every picture, sold the house. No calls, no explanations. People at the office say I seem colder now. They say betrayal changes a man. They're wrong. Betrayal doesn't change you. It reveals what you were always capable of.